Okay, well, welcome everyone to the 14th Annual Postgraduate Writers Conference here at Vermont College of Fine Arts. And whether you are brand new to Montpelier and this place up on the hill, or it's a sort of homecoming, as it is for a number of you, we're really thrilled to have you here. I can tell you, I've been around Vermont College since literally the early 80s, so I speak from long experience. This has been a magical place for connection and transformation in the lives of writers, well, since I first got here, and even a couple of years before that. So I really look forward to this week. I can sense already that we're going to be building on that tradition with this summer's conference. So I'm glad that you're all here as part of it, and so many of us have been working and planning and dreaming toward this moment, so to have you all actually, us all sitting here in this room is really exciting. So
I sort of heard the explosion beneath us and the cheering in the plane, but even then I didn't stop kicking. It was like nothing had registered. The bomb was gone and I didn't even know it. But then, of course, I did know it. And for a second, I was glad because I had done my job. But we weren't home free. Not yet. We were still going down. And now we had a different problem. Because the bomb, it was the damnedest thing. But somehow I had kicked loose the bomb at the worst possible moment. And now we'd blown a hole in our own runway and set half the landing strip on fire. Because these were more than just bombs. These were incendiaries. But there was no choice now. So down we went, and in we came.
It was a small comment, wasn't it, about who they were that last year on the dunes when all the town talk was of coyotes, prairie wolves in search of an ocean. Those footprints instead of rabbits surrounding the shack, or half sunk in the cranberry bog just off the path. They heard the howling somewhere behind their backs as they walked out past midnight, singing at the top of their lungs, "Abandon me, oh careless love," although they knew, the coyotes knew exactly where they were. No surprise to either of them when they wailed unusually close and loud on a moonless night after an argument. This time, a mean one about the dogs. For God's sake, the dogs. How much trouble they were to him, their feeding and whining and constant need to go out, no matter how wet.
The sun. I am a teenager. I have a new book out called Fearless Confessions, A Writer's Guide to Memoir. And yes, it's a craft book, and no, I'm not going to stand up here and give you a craft lecture. But part of the book is also about sort of why I write memoir and what it means to me. And I'm just going to read about 1.5 pages or so of this chapter called Confessional, and Finally Proud of It. Until I write the past, it flickers in my mind's eye, ghostly, like an old newsreel, in black and white photos of my Russian ancestors, photos that survived a boat trip from the old country to the new world. Faces fade as if they've aged while sitting in cardboard boxes. Even color Polaroids of volcanic mountains snapped when I lived in the West Indies, seeing cast in a pinkish sheen. As chemicals disintegrate, this part of my life seems tinted by raspberry-colored fingernail polish. I leaf through family albums, but no one appears distinct. No one seems ever to have been fully alive. For years, my life resembles these snapshots, faded and one-dimensional. Then I pick up a pencil. Slowly, I wake. I blink and inhale, exhale. Finally, I choose to examine my past. Finally, it's more a relief to write my life than ignore it. A relief to develop a clear focus and vision. A life isn't fully lived, fully seen or understood until we write it. I've been asked, isn't it painful to write about the past, all those scary childhood memories? Writing about pain is painful. but it's also a profound relief. With every written word, the pain lessens. It's as if I extract it, one word at a time. Only through writing, for example, do I finally understand why I craved that maroon scarf, why I coveted it, saved it for years. To write about that married man in Boston with whom I had an affair, who seduced me, who wrapped his scarf around my neck, was to metaphorically unwrap the scarf and finally let him go. Memoir writing, gathering words onto pieces of paper, helps me shape my life to a manageable size. By discovering plot, arc, theme, and metaphor, I offer my life an organization, a frame which would be otherwise unseen, unknown. Memoir creates a narrative, a life story.